Yep.
The Love This Life podcast with LOCASH and JR.
The partner chairs. Move a little bit. Is this really your chair? Oh, sorry, guys. It's my first fucking podcast. Leave me alone.
I'll point to you.
All right.
That's good.
The Love This Life podcast with LOCASH and JR.
Hey, y'all. What's up? Welcome to the first podcast. What's going on, P? I love how that seat is so like squishy. So
Oh yeah, bro. I'm laying back here.
yeah,
Good.
I mean we can hear you lay back. It's great.
Laid back.
With my mind
well,
on
first
my
and
money.
foremost, welcome to episode 1. LOCASH, Chris and Preston. I'm just the guy they hang out with every now and then, JR. So I appreciate you guys having me on with you.
What are you talking about? And you're a mediator. You keep us from fighting.
Well, first and foremost, let's talk about why we're doing a podcast.
I mean, everybody does podcasts now.
Well, yeah,
Let's just be
but,
honest.
you know,
Well, I'm going to be honest. We got a lot of years on the road and a lot of fun stories, crazy things. People always want to hear what's been happening out on the road with us. So we got a pass. Let's talk about it.
All right, let's talk about that past.
I mean, what do you want to know from the
Well, let's
poor
talk-
days living in a car or?
All right, so you guys start as the LOCASH Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
All right, but before we get started, Chris has a hole in his nose.
Are we talking about this right now?
Well, it's right on the tip of your nose, and I want to address it right off the bat.
It was on the tip of your tongue on that one.
It's
So-
on the tip of my tongue, and it's on the tip of your nose. So
They wouldn't have nosed it.
yes, they would have. They've already questioned it. They've already commented and said, what's wrong with Chris's nose? So I just want to address the elephant on your nose.
It
Let's
is
go.
not an elephant.
I
first of
meant
all.
elephant in the room. I'm sorry.
This is
Tell
horrible.
them about it. This is a PSA.
Okay, this is my PSA.
This is actually a really good time to just tell them.
I live in Florida, and JR, you got something too.
I got something on my back?
Yeah, it's on your back, and
What?
yeah,
I got something that
he
that
had
got
something
removed
removed
off
on
my
his back.
Yeah, dude. This ain't Nashville, bro.
Fellas,
It's
listen.
not snowing on the ground here.
Women
Okay.
usually get checked way more than men because we just feel like we're too manly sometimes. So anyway, I found like this little speck on my freaking nose, right?
Yeah.
And
A speck like what? Like what do you mean?
like, I don't know if you ever had like a little tiniest skin tag you've ever seen in your life where you think it's almost a pimple, but you're like, it's so tiny. I mean,
You
it's on
wouldn't
the
even
tip of my
normally get a
freaking
check,
nose.
probably. You wouldn't even
No,
get a check.
no, I wouldn't even think about it. But I was actually, it was my Christmas party, which obviously Preston wasn't at,
Banger.
but JR was. Thank you,
Banger.
JR. Appreciate you for coming.
Banger.
I did invite you, Preston, but you didn't show up.
I had personal reasons.
Yeah, I
We
got
can
you.
talk about that on another episode.
Stay tuned.
And it's going to be a big one. So
That would be a very big
sift
episode.
around a little bit.
Yeah.
You'll find it.
But literally, I'm putting on like Jack Frost makeup, this white makeup, and it just wasn't.
Why are you putting on makeup?
Because I wanted to be Jack Frost. I was trying to be Jack
Oh, okay.
Frost.
I'm caught up.
Well, give
Yeah.
them the theme. So,
The theme was any character from any Christmas movie.
Okay, that makes sense now.
what
Tons.
do you
There
think
is.
I was? You can guess it.
I think you were Elf.
Ooh, that was the Grinch.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
It was a real Grinch. Like
you'd be a good elf, though.
it- look,
it was.
well, he was an elf the
movie
first year
quality.
because we had.
So anyway, he's putting on makeup on his nose. Couldn't believe it. Go on.
Listen,
Jack Frost.
It's Jack Frost. So this white powdered makeup, whatever was I was using, would not go over
Frost
this
nipping at your nose.
little. Oh shit!
I
It's
had
all
to.
making sense,
Guys, I
dude.
had to. It's all coming
knew it.
together.
What if it was frostbite?
I had to
Who
sing
knew?
it, guys. Cue the song.
Yeah. So anyway, it's there in this little thing, but the makeup wouldn't go over this little spot, and I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on with my nose right now? So I tell my wife, and my arm could be falling off. And my wife would be like, rub some dirt on it. It's fine. Get over it. It's not cancer. You're fine. And I'm like, I never said it was cancer, babe. I said this is a weird little spot on my nose. And she's like, well, then just go to the doctor or something. So I go to the dermatologist. She's a very attractive dermatologist. Everybody in our neighborhood goes to her.
Okay.
Because she's attractive or because she's a good dermatologist?
Probably both. At this
Just
point.
curious.
She's definitely very good. Dr. Brown. She's fantastic. And she finds this little spot and she's going over. I get checked. Go get checked, fellas. No matter what, just go get checked. And
Still
found
talking about
this-
the nose, though.
Yeah.
But also get checked.
I mean,
she does check everything. Let's just be honest.
Does she?
Yes, you have
She
to,
does?
dude. Yeah.
Soft hands.
Yeah. I mean, I don't pull my pants down or
get it.
anything.
Oh, okay,
but
sorry.
yeah.
That's why they kicked me out.
She'll ask you.
did
yeah.
you say soft hands?
Yeah. That's,
Oh, wow.
that's why they kicked me out.
That's
what I thought
amazing.
we were there for. My bad.
She'll ask
soft
you if
hands.
there's something like
Old Dr. Brown soft hands. Old soft hands, Dr.
Chris is
Brown.
gonna get this story out eventually.
Guys,
I can't
listen,
wait.
she is a good chick. She really is. She knows what she's doing. But now, I'm like Irish, dude. My skin is, very Irish. So I get in there and she looks at everything is good. I had precancerous all over my face. I'm like, what are you talking about, precancerous? And she's like, yeah, you feel how scaly your face is. I'm like, what? I have a scaly face? And she goes, yeah, I'll take care of it, which my face looks fantastic right now, other than my nose.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you noticed that when I
I was
walked
going
in.
to comment on that. I was
Everybody
going to say,
should.
wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were pregnant. You were
Oh, Eric, our
I thought it was
cameraman,
just
almost said it,
golden
didn't
hour
you?
or something, but no,
Yeah,
you just look
I mean, it is
fantastic.
really looking good right now. But she went to. I said, "What is this, Doc?" I said, "There's this little thing. I was putting on makeup," and she goes, "Ooh, I don't like that." And I was like, "Out of all the stuff, it's the tip of my nose."
Will you please drop a sound effect right there? Ooh.
So she goes, "Oh man, this looks like basil, which is a cancer thing. Not obviously not melanoma
basil
or
you cook
anything
with or something.
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
know. I didn't know what it was either. It's like I have a spice in my nose. But she literally took a piece off and she goes, "I promise you, this is going to be cancer." She goes, "I'm 90% sure it's basil, so it's nothing really to worry about. It can grow, but it won't spread like a melanoma will."
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't like this Dr. Brown. If she goes, I can guarantee you this is cancer.
Well, yeah, no,
I mean, that's not. The greatest thing to
90%
hear out of-
basil. She said 90% basil.
Okay, gotcha.
So, I was
That's
like,
not a word you want to hear.
when she said cancer, she's like, "There's really nothing to worry about." I'm like, "You said the C word, man. That's no one wants to hear that word. I don't care if it's dangerous or not. I don't want to hear that word."
yeah,
so,
I don't like Dr. Brown now. But go ahead.
No,
keep
she's
going.
amazing.
Soft hands, dude.
So she
Soft
called
hands.
me back in 2 days. I said, I said, I'm on tour a lot. We got to get this fixed. I was like, I don't know what to do. She goes, if you need plastic surgery. I was like, I hope I don't need plastic surgery. It depends how deep this thing is. So it came back, basil cancer. And I went to another person, this guy, Dr. Stevens or something like that. I don't know. He comes in and he looks at it and he goes, let's hope that we can, get it the first time around. Because if you don't get it the first time around, you got to wait 45 minutes for it to
hard
come
hands, Dr. Stevens.
This
Okay.
guy means business.
Not soft hands.
back. And literally he goes in and he cuts out the first bit and you don't feel anything. You really don't feel anything. But it looks like a hole in my nose now. So
You want to show them?
I'm not going to show him.
Later in the show,
We'll put a
maybe.
picture up. We'll put a picture of
We'll
it
put a
because
picture up. I
it
think that's
actually
fair.
is looking better every day.
Of course.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, it doesn't look like there's a hole in your nose. Just like
Well,
no,
he
is
sent
And
me
you know
a
they take a torch and they is it cauterize?
that what they're
Cauterize.
doing? Yeah,
Yes, they cauterize.
I got
the
this
thing.
picture
Starts-
from Chris.
My
he's
nose
like,
was
well,
burning.
It's like 7 in the morning. He went first thing in the morning. I'm just waking up, right? And I get this text, and I look at my phone, and it's a picture of him with a hole in the front of his nose. I was like, oh, shit. It's like, what happened to you, man? He's like, I had the surgery this morning. And I was like, my first question was, can you breathe out of all 3 holes? Because it looks,
I mean, it's a fair question.
it looks
Yeah,
like
I wasn't
a
offended
third,
at all.
Yeah,
at least make it deep
nostril.
enough you can try,
right.
Anyway,
Can you pick it?
it's pretty cool that they got it all
Yeah.
fixed that fast.
If I blow my nose, what happens?
So are we good though? I mean,
Yeah, they got it all, and it'd be about 6 weeks. But I got camo Band-Aids, which I didn't have time to put on. But it would have been cool. So
Honestly,
my shows
you
are
can't
going to
really
work.
Dr.
see it.
Brown though, honestly,
Dr. Brown, thank you.
I gotta go
mean,
see her. I
honestly,
went to
you
an
can't-
old dude for my back. You
Yeah.
know?
No, Dr.
He's
Brown
like
is-
nibbling on my
she's
ear and
awesome.
stuff as he taking it out. I'm like, what is this? This isn't Dr.
God,
Brown.
I know, but at least he nibbled on your ear.
Well,
Old
copay.
nibbler.
I mean, I
I'm
thought
a little
about her
short
nibbling on
my
my ear, but it
copay.
didn't
Dr.
work.
Nibbler.
Doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we addressed that you have something on your nose. Now,
Yeah.
before you had this on your nose, you guys were the LOCASH Cowboys. How do you guys come to be friends, and what's the first van you guys are in as you're taking on the road, saying we're going to do this?
First van. It wasn't even a van,
All right,
man.
let's start from the beginning.
Let's go. 2000, when you go 2002 when we met, or 2006 when we toured?
So it was really more like 2005-ish. We started hitting, well, I'll tell you what.
Tootsies.
We started, the back room of Tootsies.
Yeah.
And it was Wednesday nights. Tyler Farr would go on right after us. And Chris Jansen would be in the front. And there's like now there's like 4 stages there. But
Right.
back then there was 2 stages, front and back. And so we played the back one. And then, I don't know, maybe about 6 months in, we were getting paid like $120 a night.
We're
We
also
had to
working at the
split.
Wild Horse, like doing DJ dance instruction and stuff like that for country line dance, but bringing kind of a hip hop edge to it.
Okay.
Back when hip hop edge was not allowed in country music. but now it is. But so I'd like to say that we were the pioneers that kind of started that. You either hate us for that or you love us for that. But, we did start there. But we got into Tootsie's, and it just started going well.
Tootsie's, I mean, that's a staple in Nashville.
Yeah,
that's where you want to be.
It's right on Broadway.
The Dierks Bentleys of the world, they pop up there.
Yeah.
Like, it's still that type of place.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so we started there, and then one night I'll never forget this guy. He comes in the back door, Tootsie's, and there's a guy named Gary Curvis. And he worked at Buddy Lee Attractions, a big booking agency there.
He's still alive?
And, Gary's around.
Is he?
And
110? What is he now?
I was told to move my microphone closer. So Gary comes walking in.
Ear set or something? Did you
hear
it?
Yeah,
or
somebody
tell you?
sign language.
Oh.
And so
Gotcha.
Indicator.
Don't go to the nose, whatever you do. Don't go to the nose.
So Gary Curvis walks in, we're playing, and he's there like 2 minutes, and he just motions to call him. We know him from Buddy Lee. He says, "Call me." I get it. He leaves. So we call him on Monday, and so we go in there, and he says, "I got a proposition for you guys. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna book you in every bar in America, but for $500. Can we do it? Can we do a 3-hour show for $500?" And we were like,
3 hours.
3-hour show.
3-hour
show, $500. Didn't matter where he booked it, we would have to get there for the show. So we're like,
You want to talk some shitty ass clubs.
and let me tell you, he says, as soon as you say go, I'm going to book these clubs. Now it's going to be a money back guarantee. Here's how it's going to work. You're going to go do 3 hours at this show in, bumfuck Egypt, wherever, at a little bar. And when you're done with the show, I'm going to call them back on Monday. And I'm going to say, "Hey, are you happy with the show?" They'll say yes or no. If they're happy, they have to increase your pay for the next 3 shows. So the next show will be $1,000. The third show will be $1,250 or something, and then the fourth show will be like $1,500 or something.
Is this a weekend, Preston? Then, or are you going down?
No, we're just going for one night only.
Yeah.
Okay, one night only. Okay,
and it's a money back guarantee. If he calls on Monday and they said, "No, we didn't like LOCASH Cowboys," well, then you get your $500 back.
Okay, guys.
We're just out the money, right? And so we said go, and off we went.
Dude,
in
we
my
put
Jeep
together
Cherokee.
a band so fast. This Jeep Cherokee going around in that thing, and
Pulling a little U-Haul.
yeah,
It was stolen. We didn't even know how we stole it, but we stole it
we didn't
somehow.
steal it. Someone gave it to us, but it was stolen.
It was stolen.
Yeah.
It was totally stolen.
We didn't steal it, but it was stolen.
And we would just go around. That Cherokee had no air condition, couldn't roll down the damn windows at all. And that was some serious traveling we did in that car.
But it was exciting. I mean, we were off. Things were happening, right?
And
people
single.
were-
We were
yeah,
single.
and we were selling T-shirts for the first time.
Check out my still in Cherokee in the back. What a line.
Check out my U-Haul.
Yeah.
So anyway, we he started making the calls on Mondays, and no one was unhappy. Thank God. And so all of a sudden, we jumped from like 50 shows to 150 shows the next year because they were all calling in with increases, and you had to book 3 more dates. And so, it was kind of our kickstart that year, and it took off. And then festivals started hearing about us, and all kinds of events around the country. And the next thing you know, we were making $2,000 a night, and then $5,000 a night. And back then that was like, whoa, we're getting paid to do this,
Right.
like real gas money. I mean, it was incredible.
I mean, how long were some of these trips? I mean, you guys going all
Oh,
over the
dude,
country?
we go all over to California, to Vegas, to
Louisiana,
any places that had a bar of any sort with live entertainment. We hit it.
All right, worst gig during this time. Worst
God,
gig.
I remember when we were doing in Oklahoma. There was a couple in Oklahoma that were pretty bad. Not the fans, except for one.
Except for we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, I was young. I needed the money.
worst
But
gig.
no, she hired us to do this show, and what did they have? That chicken wire, like in front of us, like Blues
Yeah, so
Brothers.
Like Roadhouse.
I have
Like
like
Roadhouse.
I have like a steel trap memory for these shows. I don't know why, but it was called the State Line Lounge.
Oh my God, you
And
remember it?
It was right near Ark City, Kansas, but right after you go across the state line, and the train tracks would go by, and it was rumored that upstairs Bonnie and Clyde hid out.
I cannot believe he remembers this.
All right, I have a steel trap when it comes to shows. I don't know why, and so Maybe because it was just our whole world. I mean, everything we were doing, it meant so much to us right then. So, we were playing this lady, and he's right. So there's this chicken wire up across the front, and we would play, and when a train would go by, the whole bar, including the band, would pull their pants down and moon the train, and he'd lay on the horn, right? And it was just this thing they would do out there. But that was, it was maybe not the worst gig in my opinion, but it was pretty bad.
No, when they threw beer bottles at us with the chicken wire, but they liked you if they did that.
Oh, so that was like...
It was like a good kind of round.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like when somebody scores a hat trick, everybody throws their hat out.
It was so weird,
rowdy.
dude. But, I thought we were going to die a lot of times, and that was one of them.
That was a fun one, though. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Any club owners ever stiff you? Nah, I didn't like it.
Only one.
Right here in Florida.
It was Tallahassee, and it was a club called Big Daddy's.
Yep.
And I don't know why I remember. So,
And it was a club called Big Daddy.
and I can tell you the
encyclopedia
address,
of LOCASH
the dude
right here.
pissed me off. And so we did a show there, and the dude just disappeared, and it was packed there that night too. He could have paid his bill, but for some reason he just didn't pay us that night. Stiffed us.
Yeah. We had a road manager at the time. He was going in there with a gun, tried to find him and stuff, and it wasn't worth it, man. It's just...
We're like, let's just roll.
Yeah, whatever.
It was like $750, We're like, whatever, dude.
But still, that's your life.
Well, that would have worked a lot.
Yeah.
Because we were making about $75. That's about what
that was our gas money to get to the next town, right? But
And you got to think, still during the week, we're doing, Wild Horse just to try and make real money. Any kind of money.
Is he just scamming? Is he just scamming you guys, or did he not dig you guys, or what was the...
he just scamming us. Thought he'd get us for free and roll out.
Got it.
And, but Nashville's a small town that's got each other's backs. And as soon as we called Nashville and told our booking agent we got stiffed, well, then, Nashville never put another act in that place again. And,
I don't even know if they're still around.
Probably not.
Someone call in.
Go
I'll
right
tell you.
now.
Let's go. Go get my money.
Have you guys ever played a gig where you felt like, oh, these guys just don't get us? Like this crowd,
You mean last week?
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, one of those things where oh man, we got a vibe, and I don't know if they're digging it. Have you ever felt that way on stage?
There's been
And that's not a testament to you guys. That's a testament of just wrong matchup.
more Texas.
Really?
Well,
Yeah. different parts of Texas.
Not
I've
necessarily
seen you
just
guys play in
Texas.
Texas at the rodeo, and you guys were awesome.
Yeah. Not necessarily
Different parts
Texas.
we get,
I would say red dirt country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like wherever there was a red dirt bar, if they were used to red dirt country,
They
or something
wanna
like
kill
that,
us.
it wouldn't really work.
And it
Our
ain't
thing
just
wouldn't
us.
really work
Like
there.
Aldine has the same problem. Anyone that has red dirt, and I like red dirt.
Right.
I actually like the music, but we're not that. We're more a little bit more commercial, and they don't like it when you go commercial.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So which is respect.
It
It's
didn't,
fine,
it didn't
but-
click in some places like that,
Why are they
but
booking you there?
well, that's the question you have to ask your booking agent. Be like, hey, maybe this one didn't work quite as well, and let's
Dude, we
maybe
did
not
one.
put that one down.
We did a show. Was it in Kentucky where we did the roller rink?
It's Somerset, Kentucky.
He still doesn't remember.
gonna be great.
If you could tell me the
Hey,
roller
This is
rink,
gonna be great. We're
Playland,
doing
It was
this
called
at
the-
trivia night.
It was
baby.
called the Somerset Family Fun Center.
Unbelievable.
I don't know why.
That's
I just
unbelievable.
I don't know
we
why.
go
I
in
remember
there
this shit.
and they have no mic stand. No, they have one mic, no mic stand for the other mic for our fiddle player. So our band had to use one mic and we had to sing on one mic. And it's just kids, little tiny kids.
They're skating.
We're just-
Are they skating at this
They're
point?
skating. They're doing everything. So I'm telling you, we're trying to sing. So they pick up a limbo stick and tape a microphone for our band, which I'm holding so the band could play
Chris
through
is
that
like
microphone.
singing, and all of a sudden I see laser tag on his chest, and I'm like, "Shit, Chris, duck! I think you're about to get shot by a laser tag."
Dude, we did about 5 or 6 songs, and we're just like, okay, let's go roller skating. Next thing you know, these little kids, and I'm 7, 8 years old, start throwing those plastic balls in the ball pits at us. And it's a game that we have to dodge these plastic balls while we're
that mean they liked you?
That probably.
I think it is,
I think
yeah,
so.
that- yeah.
I do. I mean, they were laughing their ass off or something,
Yeah.
but that was some strange stuff. God, there's so
So
many
many.
times. I'll tell you one right now. Preston likes to say I killed a lady, but I didn't.
Killed.
Yeah.
Well, statute
You
of
hurt a
limitations.
lady real bad.
She's fine.
You did. I don't know if she died, but
She didn't. Well, she
I'm
probably
not
did. Now
saying
she'd be like 150.
I would never say that you killed her, but you might have started the process.
He said, you told me what? Oh, yeah, she did, man. There ain't no
No.
way she survived it.
No, so we're playing the
Like,
Missouri.
statute of limitations. I'm not really with.
Way past.
We're playing-
It's way past the 7
We're
years.
playing
too, so-
Sedalia. We're playing Sedalia, Missouri, and it's the Missouri State Fair, and it's the Budweiser tent. Okay, and we're on stage. And we had this little routine back in the day, to just kind of kill time because the sets were so long. Some of them be like 4 hours long or
You gotta
something.
just
You gotta
maintain.
stretch it, right?
Yeah.
So then Chris says, "Hey, I think I see Preston's girlfriend out in the crowd." Well, that would cue me that I need to find somebody over here, bring them on stage.
Usually
and
an
maybe they
elderly
dance.
lady, very sweet, very
Yeah,
like,
we're just having a good time, right?
She's digging it. Oh, they're loving it. It's fun. It's a
So
really
Chris
fun
is
thing.
like, "Hey, P, I think your girlfriend's out there. I see her right there checking
Let's
out."
keep talking about how fun it is that this woman's coming up.
So I
she's
go over
excited.
and I find the lady that he's kind of looking at. So I grab her by the hand and we do a little dance out in the crowd. And I said, "Well, come on up. Let's go up on stage. We're gonna stretch this out." And so take her up on stage and we get it right in the middle, right? And
We start playing Brick House.
we're like, let's play Brick House and let's dance with her a little bit. Now the routine is supposed to go like this. She stands in the middle. She didn't have to do nothing, right?
Nothing,
Just stand there. And then me and Chris kind of like twerk it on her on both sides. Crowd, thinks it's funny.
And she's loving it, blah, blah, blah.
Every night, she would always love it, whoever she is, right? Yeah. So we get up there, we're twerking.
It's not the same woman. She didn't travel with you guys.
I step away. Hey, I get done, and I think we're done. The band is like rocking Brick House, right? Well, Chris.
Oh, wait, hold on. You did step away. Don't say, okay,
Well, I
you were
didn't
up
do
there
this.
with me.
I didn't do this. So Chris decides to just really hip bump.
No, I did not hip bump her.
Call the move whatever you want. What do you want to call it?
I was booty shaking.
Okay, you booty shaked her. Okay,
But it was
His
not.
words.
It wasn't not a bump. It wasn't even
whatever he did made her fall and crumble. This is like an 80-something, 90-something year old woman, right? She just crumbles.
She fell.
His hip bump or
She fell on
booty
stage.
shake
She
or
didn't
whatever you wanna call
fall
it.
like
She didn't
off
fall
the
off
stage.
stage.
No.
She's still on stage.
Oh, she couldn't even get to the edge of the stage. She just melted right there on the spot.
Barely
and
touched.
so she hits the
barely
ground.
touched her.
Hey, she hits the ground. This is awesome. And I mean, I've been down to see what's wrong. Chris is still like going to thinking she's going to get up, right? Yeah. She never gets up.
Oh my God.
Right? Panic.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, I'm down there checking on her and I got to get the band to stop playing, right? Because I can't hear. I can't hear what's happening. I'm popping my ears out. Band stops playing. Gets real quiet.
I don't know what to do with my hands at this point.
Yeah. Or this woman.
Hey, so check this out. So I lean down to her and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she says, "No." And then Chris leans down to help and she's like, "Get away from me."
Yeah, she was like, ah! That noise, exactly.
So now I have a hurt elderly woman
hates me.
and a criminal on my hands.
Hates
Like I don't
me.
know what to do. Do I call
the crowd is boo.
I mean,
Oh,
do,
no.
do I get the police to take Chris away? What do I do?
What are you in
Elderly
for?
abuse, man.
I
Are we
was
pressed-
booty bumping.
Are we pressing charges on the spot? I don't know what's happening. And so I'm like, well, I got to help her get up. So I help her get up, and then we kind of like, kind of limp off stage together. And the crowd gives her like the injured athlete.
Right. Everybody's taking a knee. Then she gets back
Athlete,
up.
dude.
Yeah.
And Chris is just shunned.
What am I supposed to do at this point?
Nothing. I mean, you can't.
What can I do?
Yeah. You want to hide.
This woman hates me now.
Right.
Hey.
And I was trying to be the sweetest kid, just trying to be,
So I'm like, can you just sit right here until the show's over and then I can come check on you in a minute? She goes, no. And her friends come over and they have to take her in an ambulance.
A what?
An ambulance. They got to take
An
her away.
ambulance.
Hey, where are you from? Ambulance. What's an
They took her in there, ambulances.
How do you spell it, man?
You have to sound out every syllable.
Well, it's
ambulance.
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 It's ambulance.
Ambulance.
All right. Anyway, sorry. So
Anyway.
she okay.
Spell
I
it.
don't remember the
And then
ambulance,
say it.
guys. I don't remember it, but supposedly it was there. and she
I
ran.
already see that.
I don't
there's
think
gonna be
she
a
went away
theme.
in it.
I'm just here.
You're going to call me
You
out
caught
every
me on that
episode.
one.
I
You
can
caught
see
me
it.
on that
Guys,
one.
I am literally trying to take up for myself just
You
in case someone's
can't.
trying to sue me out there.
You
She
can't.
did not go
You're lucky
off
you're
the
not in
ambulance.
jail.
They checked her and she was okay.
No.
She was fine.
Ambulance took
No.
her away.
No, it did not. Did not.
I was there, guys. He also didn't make her get
Anyway,
hurt.
I was just being a sweet kid, man. You know,
Hey, listen, man.
it's
You're
just my
doing your
luck.
best.
My luck like that is
So
really bad.
anyway, the day Chris almost killed Betty.
All right, her name was probably Betty. But all right, let me bring Preston and throw him under the bus one day.
Well, let's take it step by step,
Let's throw
though.
him under the
There'll be
ambulance.
plenty of throwing me under the
Throw
bus.
him
No,
in.
I
Under
feel
the
like I should
ambulance.
throw
Come
one
on,
right
do
now.
Throw me under the ambulance.
Quit your crying. Wow.
The way
It's a ambulance. All right, so Preston, we were working at the Wild Horse this day, and I just get to know Preston. We were like the master of ceremonies at the Wild Horse. So when the
I
band
never
was
know where this is going
off,
yet. I still don't know.
when the band was off, we would go out and like teach a lesson or do like something funny, like bring up somebody like with the old lady we did, and we were like, hey, everybody put your hands together. We're going to do this dance together, and it's going to be fun. You're going to win a Wild Horse t-shirt. So Preston is sitting there. There's a lot of things that happen there, but I'm going to do with the first one where this guy was like at the table, and Preston is getting mad because this guy's not clapping. Just pissed.
This is a good one.
And he's like hiding behind
bad.
a pole, and the guy's like, who is this? And then Preston finally calls him out. He's like, who is this creeper? Not clapping, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this guy. This guy, I
shut
guess,
the whole show down.
doesn't even think it's funny. Doesn't think
I'll
anything.
throw myself under the bus. There's 3,000 people in
Yeah.
there. I stopped the whole entire show, and I'm like, this guy right here won't put his hands together.
He's a hater. What's
He's a
going
hater.
on?
Just one of those nights.
I
where you-
called
One
him
of
out.
those nights he called him
I
out.
said, put the spotlight on. We had spotlight guys. Put the spotlight on him. Spotlights hit this dude.
Man, dude, this dude got away from the pole, stood up. He had one arm, man. He couldn't clap.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Can you believe I did that?
So Preston goes,
Wanna
you can
get
at least
away?
hit the table with your hand.
Unbelievable.
How was I supposed to know? He was hiding.
He was hiding because he didn't want people to see, man.
Oh, spotlighted him and everything.
Everything.
Can you believe that?
Everything.
I felt I'm still in counseling over that.
Dude, that's horrible.
It's horrible.
Horrible.
I couldn't believe I did it.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Horrible.
Ah, that's way worse.
We
than
have
me. That's
a
way worse
million
than
of
me
these
knocking
stories.
the
So that's the
lady.
thing. So that's why this podcast is kicking off, because we have so many of these
There's
stories.
a million more.
We got to share them all.
Yeah.
Because I love it.
There's so much.
That's so good. Let me ask you this, P. What's the time, flipping the script a little bit, what's a time in your life where you said, oh my gosh, we've been hustling, but there's a way to actually make this a lasting living? Like this
2009, we're driving into New York City. We've been asked to play New Year's Eve on Fox News live right around midnight. It's gonna be New York City, Times Square, New Year's Eve. Wow. We're fired up, right? On our way into town, I'm showing our age a little bit, but on our way into town, we called CD Baby, who was the only way that you could sell your music online at the time. You had to register with CD Baby.
There was no Apple. There was no Spotify.
Yeah, it
there
was
wasn't
just like
anything
this one hub. And so we got this idea because the economy was crashing and everybody's talking about how, we're in this financial crisis. And so we said, we're going to call CD Baby and we're going to talk tonight on Fox News live to the whole nation. We're going to say, in the spirit of a crashing economy, we're going to take our brand new album and make it $2.09. Just to a little marketing thing,
Little
right?
bit, yeah.
Yeah. And so we do it. CD Baby knocks the price down to $2.09 for like 10 songs. And we go on Fox News, Megyn Kelly, Bill Hemmer, all of them, right? And we announce that our album is going to be $2.09.
Megyn Kelly touched his leg, by the way. He had a hole in his jeans and she touched his leg.
Okay.
Does that mean that Megyn Kelly put her hand in my pants?
Yeah, I guess.
No,
you can
not
think of it
really.
like that.
Not
If
really.
you think of it like that.
Just my knee. Just my knee.
We're about to wrap back around to Dr. Brown here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Old soft hands.
Yeah,
And so anyway, we do our show. It's successful. We leave, and the next morning we get this phone call from Nashville, and they're like, "You're never gonna believe this. You guys are the #1 selling all genres artist on CD Baby.
That's cool.
All because of that night. And we started checking the numbers, and the sales were through the roof. And I think that's when we kind of like look at each other and go, okay, something's happening.
Yeah.
You know, and now we just got to figure out how to keep it going and move along. So
Are you LOCASH Cowboys at this point?
yeah, still
Okay.
LOCASH Cowboys.
Okay. And then, Chris, when do you guys drop that and why?
Well, LOCASH Cowboys. I mean, to figure it out, to say we're Cowboys, we weren't really Cowboys. And that kind of kept the LOCASH name country because a lot of people got confused with LOCASH thinking we're rappers, you know?
Okay.
And I'm definitely not a good rapper at all. But, you know, maybe I can be. But anyway, we got rid of it. Everybody started calling us LOCASH.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the Cowboys, we were like, well, you know, we'll just leave it, let it go. And I was like, Preston, we need a logo. So he started drawing this logo. I wanted something like ZZ Top. 80s logos were the best, man. And you could put on a baseball cap where it's going to look amazing. And he drew this LOCASH symbol, yeah. And I was like, dude, keep it. He's like, but I haven't put Cowboys on them yet. I'm like, no, let's not put Cowboys in. Let's turn that shit in like it is. And literally when we turned it in, we went into a meeting with the label at the time. And they were like, guys, we're changing our name. I'm like, yeah,
Kind of.
yeah, maybe.
I guess
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Dude, next thing you know, we got a #1 song.
Hell yeah, man.
I was like, well, shit. Maybe
It
we
was
should've done that
it was
early.
like this. It was like this synergetic. Is that a word? Synergetic.
It is
It was
today.
a synergetic moment where
Not as
like
good as ambulance, but go ahead.
synergetic.
It's true.
I like Ambulance. Is a new single, new record label, a new name, a new logo, a new energy. Everything was just happening. I think it all worked together for success.
That's awesome, man. I love it. All right, well, that wraps episode 1, which I'm super pumped that we're doing this,
Woohoo!
guys.
This
Thanks
is
for having
awesome.
me on, by the way.
Dude, you're the
Hey,
man. You're
kidding, this
part
is
of it
great.
now.
So I love being a part of it. And what's really cool is some of the guests we're going to have on this.
Yes, dude. We being in this industry so long, we've become friends with so many people. We're gonna have some wrestlers on here, some WWE guys,
4-star generals.
4-star generals, because we learned a lot about like let's just say the word aliens.
Ooh.
And we got some baseball players coming, some football players coming that you know very well
And some surprise guests we can't even tell you about.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
that we don't even know yet.
And you never know where we're going to be. It might be right here on Chris's couch in Tampa, Florida. It might be in Nashville, Tennessee on Music Grow. It might be in Denver, Colorado at the Grizzly Rose.
We might be on a boat.
You never know.
We could be on a
where
boat.
we're
I
going
like
to be
that.
podcasting from.
But it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. And I tell you, one episode that I'm really pumped. I can't wait for you guys to hear are the Amish. We have some Amish friends coming, and we are gonna learn some stuff, guys. And
they're going to be shocked by microphones.
I don't even know about this episode. That's how shocked we're going to be. I don't even know about this episode yet.
That's good.
I don't even want to tell Preston any more than
I
that.
can't wait for that one.
I'm ready.
Make sure you guys subscribe, download it, be a friend, tell a friend. We appreciate the heck out of you. This is the I Love This Life podcast. Appreciate y'all.